7/4/2020. Happy 4th of July to all the retail investors out there. What we have is the Nasdaq 100 bull market rally at all-time highs. And let me just tell everybody one thing. We are going to tell you, if you are a retail investor, um, you might want to think about taking profits when we're up here. Because this particular index, when you see it in our platform, and the math won't be wrong, we hit the big high on it on Friday with the jobs report at 10,310. Yeah. So the high, so 7/4 is going to be open, high, high, it's closed. So it's going to say that across the board. So the high was 10,310, and we are overbought. Now, when we take a look at it in a retail model, on a retail chart, you can see the highs up here. And we could tell you right now that the big index here is about 10 stocks that have driven it for the whole year. Now, there's 10 major ones, and then there's probably another 8 that go along with it. So when you have a handful of stocks that have ran an index to all-time highs using a machine in the index, it was a machine that drove it. It wasn't people wanting to buy this all the way up. Give me a break. We know what happened and how it was done. And we're also telling you it's been a great run. Now, here's the problem. Generally, after a 4th of July weekend, and happy 4th of July to everyone, is that we would open up and have a couple of more days to the upside to even make it that much more overbought. And because we're in that overbought zone, it can get a little bit more overbought, but everybody knows Tommy. And when I tell people about market tops, it's all right here, all the proof, and it is. And I did all of these indexes for all of our people. There was like 10 of them. And I covered the mid cap, I covered the small cap, I covered the S&P, I covered the S&P 100, I covered the Dow, I covered the most important, S&P 500 consumer, S&P, bears, they were in control on June 27th, and they were. And I told everyone what had to happen with these indexes, and they're all here, and they had to happen. And they did. Now, let's get back to what's going to happen with the overall market with the retail investor and mom and pop holding stocks. Is the upside at the current level is limited. And the stocks that have made the all-time highs to run this Nasdaq 100 up in that sector, they too are hitting extreme overbought. And that means we're going to be coming down. Now, generally, if we weren't overbought, July can be a very good month for the stock market, and it can. Now, we have corporate earnings coming out in July. And I will tell you, it's going to be 4th of July, the fireworks. Yeah, you might see some fireworks tonight. But in the next couple of weeks, when we make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars off of the earnings season, everybody. But let me tell you the problem. We're overbought. You're going to have to, what do bull markets do? Bull markets have to shake the buyer out. You don't think so? Bull market run, I called the top, shake the buyer out. Bull run, shake the buyer out. Shake the buyer out, shake them out, they come in, we're up at the top, we're going into corporate earnings, month of July, we're at the top. Look for an overbought market that will come down, and it will. and there will be profit taking. And if we're going into an earnings season, that means if a stock had anything good to say, it's all about sell the news. Let it be known on this day. Nasdaq 100, concluding the Nasdaq weekly chart. I will give you a retail perspective on a monthly chart, and you can clearly see here that on a monthly chart, when I look at this too on a monthly level is getting overbought. Remember, overbought markets can get more overbought, but don't look for a whole lot more. And the equities that went up on the jobs report Friday, those are overbought. Look for pullbacks. Volatility is going to increase.